to activate your breath. Bend your knees, bring the soles of the feet to the ground. Bring your hands to your belly. Take the deepest breath you've taken all day in. And breathe out. Empty it, empty it, empty it, empty it. Out through the nose and mouth. Good. Big inhale. Activating the breath. Remembering the breath always comes first. And using the exhale to let go of any stress or tension you might be coming onto the mat with. Keep an open mind. There's so much to pick up along the way here with this regular daily practice. And today's session is about action, discipline. Now don't worry, I got your back. Just laying the foundations for a fulfilling, sustainable at-home practice. Making our way back home. So continue to gently activate the breath. And we're going to slowly just rock the head a little side to side, ear to ear, a little passive stretch in the neck, in the traps. So active breath. The breath always comes first. As we begin to layer on more, remember this. The breath always comes first. You can always spend your time activating, snuggling up with your breath. And that is worth your time here. Okay, bring the head back to center stillness. We're going to slowly interlace the fingertips, bring them behind the head, extend the thumbs so you create this little neck hammock. You can give yourself a little massage here. Start to smell your armpits already. Elbows nice and wide. Now, ground through the feet, scoop your tailbone up so your low back can come flush to the mat. So a nice, beautiful connection between the low back and the earth. I say beautiful because it should feel like supported. And right away you can see how bringing your awareness to this supported low back is going to create a little activation in the abdominal wall. Some more than others, some you could really start to feel tremble already if you haven't activated these muscles in a while. Welcome, welcome back, welcome home. Here we go, inhale in again. Exhale, navel draws down, low back stays flush with the mat. You're just going to lift one leg up, shin parallel to the ceiling, and then the other. A little more activation in the core, the low back is nice and flush. Breathe here. In time, we'll work to bring the knees over the hips, but if that's not happening for you in a way that feels supported in the low back, work in a way that feels supported, right? Recognize what feels good, what feels supportive. Pain does not feel good. That's not support. Okay, inhale again here. Keep the elbows wide, they're going to want to come in. Keep them nice and wide as you lift your chest, your chin, and your gaze up towards the sky. So not a crunch, but lifting up and almost as if you're sending your gaze up and back. So we're activating the abdominal wall. Activate. Breathing deep. Inhale in, elbows wide. You can use your thumbs here to support your neck. Scoop the tailbone up, hug your lower ribs in. Maybe experiment with drawing your knees out just a bit for 3. Breathe deep, 2, and release. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Now bring your hands to the backs of the thighs, and we're gonna have a little fun. So let's go on a little journey here. We're gonna rock and roll up and down the length of the spine. So keeping that connection with active core, your awareness of your shoulders. So if this feels really silly to you, you are not alone. It did as well for me when I first started doing this. If you want to catch a little plow pace here, if it's in your practice to touch the toes back, you can, otherwise don't worry. Here comes the real moment, a chance to align with a little humility. Here we go. The next time you rock up, we're going to come all the way up and forward into a little squat. And if you're like, ha, you're very funny. I get it, it's all good. So make your way there. You can play your breath. And mention humility, because there are so many moments in the asana practice where we have a chance to be humble and for it to be like a positive experience versus like something we're just trying to blow through. So activate the humility as well. And we're going to come into this little squat, stretching through the fascia of the feet. So this could be really intense for your feet, so breathe deep. Use your fingertips to brace you here. If it's available, find a stretch in the back body by drawing the chin in, nose in towards heart center. Breathe deep here. We got this. And then, yep, you got it. We're going to drop the heels, begin to lift the hips up high, forward fold. Activate your breath. Again, each time we come to this forward fold, and particularly as we do it with more regularity, so good for the nervous system. I'm sure you don't need me to remind you how important that is, particularly nowadays. So take some nice deep breaths here. And look down at your feet. You're going to lift all of your toes, ground through all four corners of the feet, and we're activating this idea of pressing through all four corners of the feet equally, because form are equal standing. So let's deep the heat. So start it here in the forward fold. Activate the feet. Find this Adamana, this foot rock, this foot to earth connection. And when that means to you, just do your best. And then from there, we're going to go around in the back, 4 point this way. And begin to lift up. Take your time. Stand up nice and tall. And see if you can imagine, listen carefully, this upward current of energy coming all the way up through your front side. And then see if you can activate or imagine this idea of this downward energy activating down your backside. So we have this loop, we have this upward current of energy through the front and this downward energy through the back. And just see if you can create this image of this energy loop and imagine your body in the center of this loop. And if you're like, okay, what am I supposed to do? That's okay, just stay open to this idea. But maybe your body responds a little bit to this upward current of energy, and maybe it responds to this downward current of energy. So finding places to lift, like through the crown of the head, through the heart, the sternum, and places to ground, maybe drawing the shoulder blades in and down the back body, pressing firmly into the heels, tagging a little bit of weight in your fingertips, relaxing your shoulders down. So we're activating this principle of opposition, right? Upward and downward, masculine and feminine, sun, moon, light, dark. Here we go. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift it up halfway. Pull the elbows back, lengthen through the neck. Exhale to soften and fold. All right, listen carefully. Bend your knees. You're going to step just the left foot back. Go ahead and lower onto the left knee here to start. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up and overhead. Now we're going to come out of the crescent lunge a little bit here by pressing firmly, activating through all four corners of that front foot, and then setting the fingertips up towards the sky. If this is too much for you, bring the hands to the waistline. We're going to pull the right hip crease back. We're going to squeeze your thighs, activating the midline. So squeeze your thighs to the center, lift up from the pelvic floor, activate that midline. Think of this upward current of energy coming up through the front and then this downward energy through the back. Inhale in here. Exhale to slowly release. Plant the palms, lift to the back knees, step your right toes back. Inhale to look forward, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Come, Benji. Inhale, come on. No, sorry. Exhale, release. facing up. Breathe out. Inhale in deeply here. Pedal it out if you like. Exhale completely. Find what feels good here. Careful to not hold or clench in the neck. Good. Bend your knees. Inhale, move forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top. Feet together, really together. Good. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, your version. Exhale to soften and fold. Inhale to bend the knees. Reach all the way up towards the sky, and then listen carefully. We're going to exhale, go all the way back down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, your version. Moving with your breath. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees. This time step the right toes back. Lower the right knee to the ground. Now, activate through all four corners of that front foot. Squeeze your thighs to the midline right away. Lift up from the pelvic floor. Hands to the waistline or reach up towards the sky. Come up out of that front leg a little bit. Activate the abdominal wall here. Squeezing your thighs inward so we can find that connection to the midline. Activating, lifting from the pelvic floor all the way up. Lots of energy. Activate the fingertips here. Lengthen through the crown. Inhale in. Exhale to release. Come all the way back down. Step it back. Plank or half plank. Cobra or chaturanga. Moving with your breath. Inhale, we're facing up. Activate your breath. Bend your knees. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to make your way to the top. Take your time. Big inhale lifts you up halfway. Lots of length in the neck. Exhale to soften and fold. Move to rise here. Inhale, reach for the sky. Big breath, big stretch. Zipping up through the legs. Activating, lifting up through the pelvic floor. Finding that midline. And then we'll bring the hands together and back down to the heart. Inhale in here. Use the exhale to relax your shoulders down. Good. One more big breath in here. Inhale. And exhale to empty it out. Good. Inhale to drop your fingertips down to come up. Big breath, big stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Moving with the breath. Exhale to soften and bow. Great. Bend the knees, fingertips come to the earth. We step the left toes back. Now we've already done this with the back knee down, so you can totally stay there. Otherwise, let's experiment with keeping it up for high lunge. So actively reach the left heel back. Find that lift up through the pelvic floor by squeezing the inner thighs to midline. Hands can come to the right side, or almost sweep the fingers forward, up and back. Finding high lunge here. Bend your back knee to get your center underneath you. So we can activate that loop of energy that goes up through the front body and down through the back body. You got this. Inhale, pull the thumbs back, lift your chest. You can also be here looking on the same principles with the back knee down. Excellent. Take one more big breath in here. Find expansion. On the exhale, we're going to turn and open to the left, warrior two. If you're on your knee, you're just going to turn your left toes towards the right side of your mat. Here, same principles. If the back knee is lifted, make sure we are actively pressing into the outer edge of the back foot. From here, we're going to activate the left inner thigh. Big breath in. Sink deeply into that front knee, front over front ankle. Inhale in, reach the right fingertips all the way up. Send it back. And then exhale, cartwheel all the way back to your lunge. Give me if you need to. Beautiful. Back to the low lunge. Here we go. Stepping the right toes back, belly to cobra, or chaturanga to upward facing dog. Your version. You can also skip this at any time. You just go right to down dog. That's where we'll meet. Inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. All right. Here we go. Bend the knees. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, baby steps, or step, or hop to the top. Cannot stress enough you really making those kind of transitions your own along with everything else. Inhale, just go halfway exhale to soften and fold. Beautiful. Root to rise here, press in all four corners of the feet. Inhale to reach for the sky, big breath, big stretch. Exhale, take it all the way down. All right, second side, here we go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, soften and fold. Bend your knees, step your right toes back. So we've been here with your back knee down. You can repeat that. Other way, let's keep it lifted, really activating the right heel towards the back edge of your mat. Here we go, squeezing inner thighs to the midline, finding that lift up from the pelvic floor. So we work to create a full body experience, hands on the waistline or reaching the fingertips forward, up and back, high lunge, or back knee lower. All right, so I love high lunge as a shape and also to work on activation because you can really kind of feel everything going in every different direction unless you start to align and activate. So find that lift through the front, that grounding through the back. Go ahead and bend your back knee to get your center underneath you, and then you can work to straighten out later behind. Good. So go deeper. You got this. You lift up. And then on exhale, here we go. Opening warrior two to the right. Pulling the pinkies back. Activating, so really pressing into the outer edge of your right foot. And then everyone, in these warrior postures, working from the ground up, begin to draw energy up from the arches of the feet. Activate your right inner thigh. Nice, long, tall spinal column. So there's a tendency to want to lean here, peak at knee. So we want to pull this back. Nice, stacked spine. Good, then here we go. Flip your left palm up. Inhale, reach forward, up and back. Reach way back, big breath in. Exhale, the cartwheel all the way down. Have a little fun. Last chance for vinyasa here. You can totally skip it. We're going to step the left toes back. You can go straight to downward dog, or you can move through a little flow. When you are in downward dog, go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Don't be shy. Bend your knees generously. Inhale to look forward. And exhale to make your way to the top. Last time, inhale, halfway lift. Find lift. Exhale to soften and fold. Root to rise here. Inhale. Reach for the sky. Big breath. Big stretch. And exhale, hands to heart. Pause here. Try not to fidget. Observe your breath. Relax your shoulders. So, to activate, to bring this notion of activation into our practice requires action. It requires discipline, y'all. So keep that in mind as we move throughout our journey. There are going to be days where the body may be tired, where the mind may be distracted. And we're going to keep turning back to this idea, this commitment to just finding what can I activate in this moment? What can I do to support myself in this moment? Because this is part of the awakening process too. Activation is part of the awakening process. Inhale in, exhale, bend your knees, send your hips way, 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 way back. Press into your heels and begin to reach the fingertips forward so you have a little counterbalance here. Low body sinking down low, fingertips reaching forward, not necessarily up, forward. What can you activate here for these last 3 breaths? Squeezing the legs together, digging into the heels. Send the hips a little lower, Utkatasana. For 3, 2, 1. Rise up. Release the fingertips down. We're going to end in mountain pose here today. So stand up nice and tall, like you love yourself. So there are going to be some bumps on the journey home. And just remember, you have the tools. And when you open your mind, be willing to activate those tools. And know that it will require some discipline. Let's hold hands together. We got this, don't we? Inhale in. As you exhale, go ahead and bow your head to your heart. You have everything you need, as do I. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this time with you, to explore and to support one another on our journey home. Final breath in, and we close with